What's up, everybody? It's Darkstrider, the YouTube assassin, and honestly, with everything that's going on with the DLC going on for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the Legend of the Hidden Blade, I want to pay a little bit of attention to Darius. I did a couple of videos on him way back when we were first looking into what was going on with Odyssey, and I had a couple of revelations, and honestly, I have some more. And I want you guys to take this journey with me. So, we're going to start right now. We're going to go into this little area here where we have a quest, and it's called The Prince of Persia, the Blind King. Okay? This actually is something that I got when I pre ordered the game. It was a quest. Right now, a lot of people are able to get it for like 40 of those Ubisoft coins on the Ubisoft store. And it actually is kind of crazy because it will give you some insight into Darius and Xerxes and everything like that. So let's start this quest. What we have to do is we have to talk to this blind man over here.
You there. You have a kind soul. Help an old man buy his next meal.
Your soul also seems kind.
I am grateful and humbled, stranger. Tell me, what do they call you?
I'm Alexios. And you?
Just a simple beggar. I sailed from Persia to see the beauty of the Greek world.
I can do many things, Persian, but I can't restore sight.
Nor would I want you to. My blindness is a burden that the gods have given me to carry, and I will.
Then what?
Be my eyes. When I was a boy, an Athenian told me the most beautiful tales of your lands. I would love to hear them again. Would you go see the places I never was able to, and return to tell me the tale of your adventures?
Now, obviously, as we can
I
see,
don't
his
much of
name
a
is
storyteller,
Ataxerxes,
but I will be your
which is the
eyes.
son of Xerxes
Sense
himself.
kindness in you. You've made this old Persian happy again.
Don't thank me yet. What places do you wish you could have seen?
My favorite tales were always of the Acrocorinth. The statues of Zeus and Athena, the perch of the armored bird in Arcadia, and of course, the mysterious Mount Taigetos.
Now, he's going to send you on these quests. You have to go around looking for these things, but I
I'll
believe
be
I've got
back
them
with
mostly
stories to
done
tell.
because
As soon as you've
I
seen
actually
one
used
location,
Alexios to
please
hunt
return.
down all the Ostrakas.
A papyrus. Says it was written by Themistocles, the Athenian general. A note. Written by Themistocles. Who knew the great general was also a poet? This papyrus is so old. Could this be writing by Themistocles?
I could hear your footsteps. Welcome back.
Yeah, you heard it only because I did
I'll be
everything
back with
already.
stories to tell.
As soon as you've seen one location, please return. I could hear your footsteps. Welcome back.
So tell me what you know about the statue of Zeus.
Its great bulb stood ready to punish the Kephalonians below. Or so I was told.
There are many statues to Athena. Which one do you mean?
In my mind, there is only one. Her story always began. As we rounded the hilltops, we could see Athens bustling below us, and Athena above, matching our gaze.
The Acrocorinth? Don't tell me. It's in Corinthia.
Smart guess. It is the most renowned temple to Aphrodite, your goddess of all life's most pleasurable trivialities.
You did say Mount Taygetos, didn't you?
You sound like you know that place. I have heard tales of its appetites. They say the mountain feeds on the suffering of Spartans, so the people there offer their own children to the mountain god for sacrifice.
That's not exactly right. What do you remember about this armored bird in Arcadia?
There's a beast made of armor jutting out from the mountainside, overlooking Lake Stymphalos and the undulating fields stretching like waves on a golden sea all across Arcadia.
I've seen Kefalonia, from the statue of Zeus.
Tell me, is it still a place of great beauty?
Now, when you do this, I normally just tell him the truth. You don't have to tell him the truth. He'll like contest you on it. But if you tell him the truth, at least to me, I feel like you get like the best ending
Yes, the
to this
island is
quest at
beautiful.
least.
From the statue of Zeus, you can see the sea hitting the white beaches and mountains covered in green. But its people suffer because of the war.
Ah, just how it was described to me. The gods simultaneously bless the land and curse the people. Even for gods, your gods are cruel, Misthios.
Okay, I've told you what I remember. Now tell me about yourself. What's a Persian doing here?
Persia and the Greek world are doomed to be opposites. In times of prosperity here, Persians always seem to suffer. And when you're at war with yourselves...
Persians know peace?
Indeed. My people prospered after King Xerxes was murdered. All except for me. A man tried to kill me with poison, which is how I lost my sight. I fled and arrived here.
And this you got to pay attention to because that person is actually going to be Darius himself.
I find it hard to believe anyone would want you dead.
You're very kind. Tell me another tale, then I'll tell you more of my past.
You'll be glad to know I've been to the statue of Athena at the Acropolis.
Ah, if only I could have been there to feel her presence. Would you describe her to me?
If Athens is a city of statues, then Athena is their guardian. She stands high above everything, on guard over the city.
Yes, not just standing tall to protect Athens, but to serve as a reminder of the suffering those poor people endured during the invasion.
Your turn to tell me something. You said a man tried to kill you.
The man who rose up to kill the tyrant Xerxes
Here we go.
was named Darius. He was of a new creed of killers, unlike any Persia had known. He was also the man hired to kill me.
A killer of kings, hired to kill a simple blind man. Why?
I have your interest, do I? Tell another tale, and I will too.
I've traveled to the Acrocorinth. From there, I could see all of Corinthia.
Ah, I can only wonder at what the worshippers of Aphrodite do to pay her tribute.
The Etera keep the spirit of Aphrodite alive, usually well into the night.
Exactly as your goddess deserves. When I was younger, I'd lie awake dreaming of what it would be like to go. Worship, of course.
Now that's out of the way, you owe me a tale. You said the king killer Darius was hired to kill you too?
He was. By my brother.
Your brother? None of this is making any sense, old man.
I trust you. So I will tell you. My brother and I are the last living sons of King Xerxes.
Impossible. That would make you a king.
I was. My name was Ataxerxes. I guided Persia through a time of peace. But my brother wanted the throne and plotted my death. Now, I hide here. Exiled. Living the life of a simple beggar. I will tell you more. But first...
Yes, a tale for a tale. I returned to Mount Aegatos.
Returned. Tell me, did you meet the mountain god who devours Spartan children?
The mountain is just a mountain, like any other. What makes Taygetos a place of suffering is the people there.
That is true of all the world's worst places.
When I was a child,
I could tell from the moment I met you that you carried the burden of suffering. Let it stay in the past.
now you tell me, King Artaxerxes, how can I believe your story? You don't exactly look like royalty.
Well, that's the point. I am hiding.
Show me proof.
I could. You see, I knew a man named Themistocles.
The Athenian general. I heard stories about him being ostracized from Athens.
Over petty politics. He came to Persia, to me, looking for refuge. I was king, but only a boy. He spent his days learning Persian and telling me stories of his home. Places like the Acrocorinth, Mount Taygetos.
The places you wished you could see.
I loved the tales and loved Themistocles like a father. He was kinder to me than Xerxes ever was. Tell me one last tale, and I'll tell you where he hid his treasure.
If you'd like to hear about the bird, I could describe it to you.
Nothing would make me happier.
It's a majestic statue, built from the blades of fallen soldiers. It's so high above Stymphalos and the golden fields below. Up there, I could forget there was a war.
So it is as it was told to me. The bird commemorates Heracles' fight against chaos, built on a place of calm. Hopefully, one draws out the best in the other.
So, I've been to the 5 places Themistocles told you about in his tales.
For that, my soul will be eternally grateful. As for my tale, Themistocles died peacefully in Persia, as one of us. I promised him I'd see the places he told me about. His stories will live on in me. And now you.
And what of your story?
I let the people believe Darius succeeded in killing me, so I could escape.
Artaxerxes, there's something else you should know.
Yes?
My grandfather was Leonidas of Sparta.
That means...
Your father, King Xerxes, killed my grandfather.
Then you're bound by blood to avenge him.
Ataxerxes, false king, this Misthios led me right to you. Time to finish what I started.
Alexios, please!
Now you have options here. You could actually let the other mercenary just kill him, in which you get no reward, or you could just protect him, and you actually get a reward, and it's pretty cool.
Fight me!
You gotta make sure he doesn't die if you're gonna like save him. If you're gonna go all out like that.
Artaxerxes, are you hurt?
Despite being bound by honor to avenge Leonidas, you saved me. Thank you.
I had no choice. That man wanted you dead. Must have been another one of your executioners.
It was. If he doesn't return to Persia, my brother will send another, then another. It's time this old man accepts his fate.
You're a brave man, Artaxerxes.
A trade I learned from Themistocles. Now, as for you, I owe you payment.
Well, I did save your life, and I went on an adventure for you, Your Highness.
You did. And in your retelling, I felt like Themistocles was speaking through you. For your reward, go to the tomb in Salamis, where Themistocles hid his treasure. It will be near where he made his triumphant stand against my father's navy.
So, if you allow him to die, you're not going to be able to get this treasure at all. But if you stay with him, if you actually help him out and stuff like that, you will get this treasure, which is over here on this island, obviously. So it's just, it's really wild how like they did this thing. But the main thing is just, this is kind of foreshadowing, because if you think about it, we've got episode 1 of the Legacy of the First Blade, and we have some insight as to what's going on as far as everything goes. Okay, we know about Darius. We know, if you have been with the series for a while, you know that Darius was first mentioned in the basement of Ezio's home in Monterione. There's a statue of him in the basement, and the crazy thing was, like I've said before, how could we have all these other assassins if the very first assassin was supposed to be Bayek? Now, Aya's statue is down there, where she is called Amunet, and if you played until the end of Assassin's Creed Origins, you know that Aya takes the name Amunet. So, she's down there. But there are like 3 other assassins that predate her, one of them being Darius. And it was a lot of craziness trying to figure out how that was possible. How could we have an assassin that predates the beginning of the Brotherhood, or the supposed beginning of the Brotherhood? That was part of the issue that I had. So that was part of why I made that video so long ago. Now, here we are. We're in ancient Greece. We're dealing with, you know, again, assassins that came before Bayek, who supposedly was the originator of this. What is the deal with Darius? This is part of like the mystery and the mystique. We're learning about Darius. We're learning about the very first hidden blade. In the basement, he does have a plaque, and it does say that the very first noted recorded use of the hidden blade was Darius way back when, in which he did kill Xerxes. So we have like so much going on as far as like this whole lore thing. And I really do enjoy the way Odyssey is. They're kind of fixing the lore. There was like a lot of crazy stuff going on. First of all, how could you have an Assassin's Creed before Origins if Origins was the origin of the Brotherhood? That was the first question a lot of us YouTubers had, and a lot of us did a lot of videos on. Now we have a whole thing where we're learning all about what's going on. We thought that they were just absolutely going to kill the lore, because they pretty much did. They did a lot of crazy nonsense that made no sense. But it seems like they're bringing the lore back and they're fixing it. And part of that repair is with this whole legacy of the hidden blade. The whole thing with Darius, it's actually fixing it. So we're going to have a lot more questions. We're going to have a lot more insights. We're going to delve a lot deeper, especially in the next few episodes.
The tomb that Ataxerxes mentioned. It's real.
So there we go. There's the completion of the Prince of Persia. That's all you had to do. I mean, you could have gone here regardless. You would have gotten here and you would have, you know, like robbed this area anyway, if you were just playing normally. But by dealing with Ataxerxes and learning from him and going on this quest for him, you actually got like a lot of other stuff. Like he gave you the information a lot quicker. And on top of that, what's even more important was just how incredible it was that he's letting us know about his attempted murderer, which was Darius. And now, being that we know what's going on, being that we know that he's got like a brother that's actually like coming for him, maybe Xerxes' brother. We did actually go And when we played the Legacy of the Hidden Blade, the very first episode, we did actually see that Darius tried to murder Ataxerxes. So, what's going on? What are we going to see this going into the future? Only time will tell. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel out an awful lot. And as always, thank you for watching.